Attitudes of Africans to poverty again show that just how unindividualistic the African is. As everybody here knows, African society had the village community as its basis. Africans always believed in having many villages with a controllable number of people in each rather than the reserve. This obviously was a requirement to suit the needs of a community based and man centered society. Hence, most things were jointly owned by the group. For instances, there was no such thing as individual land ownership. The land belonged to the people and was merely under the control of the local chief on the behalf of the people. When cattle went to graze, it was on an open field and not on anybody's specific farm. Farming and agriculture, through on individual family basis, had many characteristics of joint efforts. Each person could, by a simple request and holding of a special ceremony, invite neighborhoods to come and work on his plots. This service was returned in kind and no remuneration was ever given. Poverty was a foreign concept. This could only be really brought about to the entire community by an adverse climate during a particular season. It never was considered repugnant to ask one's neighbors for help. If one was struggling, in almost all instances there was help between individuals, tribes and tribe, chief and chief, etc., even in spite of war. Another important aspect of the African culture is our mental attitude to perform problems presented by life in general. Whereas the Westerner is geared to use a problem solving approach following very trenchant analysis. Our approach is that of a situation experiencing. I will quote from Dr. Kwanda to illustrate this point. The Westerner has an aggressive mentality. 3 minutes.